What's up? What's up? What's up? What it do? What it do? I am your man, your host with the most smooth tea. And right now you are in the midst of smooth teas. We win sports talk for the best in sports talk right now. So look, thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming and hanging with your boy. We got a great show today, some great topics. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to some good stuff. Matter of fact, on today's show, we're gonna be discussing a few things. Um, we're gonna be discussing where I'm at, why I'm here, and what's going on. So just to let you know, coming to you live right now from Colorado. I'm in Denver, Colorado. I'm at my short time location while I'm here. I didn't need a hotel room because my father-in-law lives in Denver, so I'm here at the guest room at Casa de la Gordon. But I'm really enjoying it here, enjoying myself, man. I'm here on some business things that I'm trying to set up on some transactions, not even transactions, things that could lead to transactions, but business relationships, building relationships, networking. That's the most key thing in our industry is being able to network. So forgive me for the lighting. If this side right here is a little darker on my eye, I don't have a black eye or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I just had the urgency to make sure we get this thing done today because of everything that's been happening and because of the excitement of what's going on. So, man, once again, thank you for joining me. Your host with the most smooth tea, and you are in the midst of smooth tea. We win sports talk. Winning is the end game. So if you ain't about to win, don't go in. Yeah. So look, what we gonna talk about? We talking about Colorado. As you see on the banner today, we will discuss my CU love and why CU. And we're gonna discuss something special that I did called Buffalo. And we're gonna give you some explanation. So look, let's just get right into it, man. Music you hear in the background, that is the instrumental to Buffalo, the song that we just released on all platforms, all digital platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, you name it, it's out there. It's on every platform, YouTube, you name it. But that's a song that I did celebrating this year's Colorado Buffalo team, coached by the one and only Hall of Fame head coach Deion, Primetime Sanders. So we'll get to that in a second, but let's just clear up some accusations that people may have, because if you go to any one of my social media pages, which is on Instagram, it is Smooth T for Real, which is Smooth SMOOTHEE, the number 4 Real. Let me say that again. That's Smooth SMOOTHEE, the number 4 and Real. Or if you go to Facebook, Smooth T. If you go to X, it's Smooth T for Real. Follow me. Like, subscribe right here, on this YouTube video. Like and subscribe. Let's run these numbers up, man, but we're going to have a good time. So I said all that because if you go to my pages, you'll see that I have a love for Michigan, which is Go Blue. Blue and maize, which I'm going to always have a love for Go Blue. And how that started was back in '83. I was a young kid in 3rd grade, 8th grade before. I grew up liking the Georgia Bulldogs when they had Herschel Walker. I was always a running back guy. Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen. Herschel and Bo Jackson was my guys, man. They had that speed and that power. That was just next level. Both of them Heisman Trophy winners. So I used to like UGA until I opened up a Sports Illustrated and I see Gary Grant sitting on top of a goal, and on his feet were those Nike Dunks, which are popular now, but at the time, Nike Dunks was made specifically for different schools. Michigan had the maize and blue, or blue and yellow, how people look at it, maize and blue. Syracuse had orange and white. Georgia had red and white. Iowa had black and yellow. UNLV had red and gray. So, and Georgetown had their own separate ones. They were called Terminators, but they were navy blue and gray. But when I saw those shoes, I was a color person, so I used to always like to draw, and I was very artsy. So colors really hit me. So I liked the colors of those shoes, and I saw the jerseys. I was like, man, I like them. So from then on, I was rocking Go Blue. The year after that, I saw Michigan uniforms had the wing helmets, and I was sold. Get a little something for the throat here. But so from then on, I was always Michigan. And in 1990, I ran into seeing this right here, this logo, and again, the colors got me. Gold and black and white. I like that color combination. Mind you, I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan in the pro, and our rival is this New Orleans Saints that has gold, black, and white, but theirs didn't look like this. And I like the gold helmets with the black face mask, black uniform, and the shiny gold pants they had. And they used to wear the black Nike. And that's when they had Sal as the quarterback. Rest in peace because he passed away. And then that's how Aaron Hagen came in, and he was number 3. Eric Bieniemy was in the backfield. I told you I'm a running back guy. He was crushing it. On that team, Coach McCarthy was one of the few coaches that had 3 black quarterbacks, because there was a time where, Cordell was coming up. They had another black quarterback, and Hagen was starting. And man, I used to love Hagen because, man, he used to get busy. And that's when Notre Dame had Rocky. At the same time, Georgia Tech. I used to like Georgia Tech because they had the gold helmets, gold pants, and the blue jerseys. I like the color combination. You see where I'm going with that. But the Buffaloes actually shared. Sorry, y'all. Buffaloes actually had to share the championship with Georgia Tech because they had the AP vote, and then Georgia Tech had the other vote, the coaches vote. So they shared the championship. But then over the time frame, Colorado had people like Rashad Salam, who had an amazing season as a running back. Cordell came through and started balling out. And I was still a Michigan fan when they had the 94 game where they had the Hail Mary against Michigan. But as time went on, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. They was a Midwest team. They at the time, they was Big 8, Big 12, then left the Big 12, went to the Pac 12, and they was really out of sight, out of mind. So you're not thinking about them. And this Michigan, I just dove in deeper on Michigan, because that was the heart, you know what I'm saying? And Colorado became like the little girlfriend that you may have had back in the day, who was really cute. Y'all was rocking together for some reason, and you knew there was something there. But all of a sudden, in the summertime, she moves away, and you don't hear from her no more, because it's summertime. When you start school back, you continue to live. You continue to move on, and it's like, what happened? But life moves on. Then you find each other later on in life, and you like, yeah, hey, I remember you. We was cool. What happened? Then you realize, oh, life happened. So that's what happened when Colorado went and got Coach Prime. So why is that significant with me? Because I was in ATL. I'm from Atlanta by way of Northside Marietta. I'm from Atlanta. Anybody from Atlanta don't say Atlanta, say Atlanta. It's like anybody from Marietta don't say Marietta, we say Marietta. So I was in Atlanta. My granddaddy stayed off the Low Drive. So we was down there, King Center, Ebenezer, all up there. He was a security guard for Ebenezer Baptist Church. So we spent a lot of time, not only in Marietta, but we spent a lot of time in Atlanta, down by the Low Drive, Greenbrier Mall, Greenbrier Flea Market. We was down there. So I remember in '89 when Prime caught that punt return and took it back against the Rams. And from then on, it was on. Prime was our guy. And you can see plenty of documentaries where people telling you, man, Prime was there. And then when the Falcons went from the red helmets to the black helmets, switched over to the all black with Jerry Glanville, the black attack, with the, with that grits blitz. Oh, this blitz that was Lehman Bennett. Jerry had his own little thing with the blitz, but just Georgia Dome was built, a new house, Prime coming down that tunnel with that smoke. And then he had them primes when Nike gave him his own shoe, them first diamond turfs, man, them 94 diamond turfs. And he was walking down that thing, you know what I'm saying? Man, we was gone. You know what I'm saying? So I was always rocking with Prime. He was my favorite player for defense. My favorite player for offense was Randall Cunningham. And then Prime was my favorite player for defense. Then we was graced to get Michael Vick, and Michael Vick and Randy Cunningham became like this. But ain't nobody surpassed Prime, so he was always my favorite defensive player of all time. And when he went to San Francisco, I rocked with him in San Francisco. When he came back to Georgia Dome and shook up the place, caught the interception and high step 20 yards, and then did the Prime dance. Man, I was so happy that the interview afterwards of saying this is my house. It's gonna always be my house. I'm like, yeah, you got him. I'm by the time I'm 18, 19. I'm just like, yeah. Because I remember what it was, and there was the rumor, at the time that the Smiths who owned the Falcons didn't want to really invest into the team because, tax money that you get, whatever, it was rumors, but come to find out, they didn't want to really pay into a championship team, so they allowed him to go to San Francisco. Because you think about it, you got Brett Favre on the bench. Brett Favre goes to Green Bay and becomes Brett Favre, Hall of Fame. So you're not trying to invest into that team. So when he went to 49ers, I was upset with the Falcons, But so when he came back and did what he did, man, I was happy. I was elated, Then he went to the Cowboys, I was like, man, how could the 49ers let that go? Prime has always had an effect on teams. Like, the 49ers didn't want to pay him, and Jerry wanted to pay him, so he went to the Cowboys. And I still rock with him. I wasn't a Cowboy fan, but I was always a Prime fan. So to see him after he went to Baltimore, or even before Baltimore, he went to the Redskins. First one that had him, Jordan 11s and the cleat, and his style and his bravado has always been next level, man. And I was always about that life of, hey, man, if you got it, and it's a thin line between arrogance and confidence. But if you're confident and your game back it up, man, walk the walk. So I always loved Prime, man. And then when he finally retired, became a Hall of Famer, I was rocking with him. I loved it. I seen the coach journey. He went from the Pee Wee guys to Truth, with coaching his sons, then to Jackson State, HBCU, and what he did bringing game day out there the first time ever at HBCU. Then when people were saying, y'all, that was HBCU is different from PWI, Power 5 school. How you going to do it, man? The dude played 14 years in the NFL and was played on a high level. One of the only players to play one of to play two sports. Between him and Bo Jackson, and excel at it. Keyword, excel. So I was always rocking with Prime, man. So when he went to Colorado, it brought back the bravado of, oh man, yeah, I remember they were dope. You know what I'm saying? And the whole playing field, the stadium in front of the mountains. They had the nice little buffalo. They had the mascot Chip. I was like, man, they colors. And so the first thing I said to myself was, man, when Prime get there, Nike school. I said, they're going to bring back them diamond turfs. I was just hoping that they brought back the 94s first, but instead they brought back the 96s, which I was cool to 96s. 94s was my favorite. I didn't really was concerned about the 95s when he went to San Francisco, but he still made it work, man. But in everything he did, man, I was always a Prime fan with even the way he had the wristbands on his thing, but then he had the other wristband in the middle, the long sleeve, the high socks, If you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you play good, they pay good. So I always was a Deion fan. So for him to go to the next level, he did it at Jackson State, 2 swag titles. So for people to sit up there and hate and be like, oh, that's the coach on the nah, if you know football and you get a better brand, or let's say it like this, you get more resources, you're going to excel. And it was just a matter of time. So from day one, I was always rocking with him. When he was at Jackson State, I was rocking with him because he brought a bravado with the Under Armour contract. They had the chrome type helmets and different color schemes that they was doing. So with Colorado, I already knew what it was getting ready to be because I saw a video when Mel Tucker was coaching, and the facilities I seen in, I was like, yo, that's dope. And that was 5 years before Prime came, and they had just entered a new contract with Nike, and they had some color schemes that was dope. One of my favorites was the all white. They was calling the Stormtrooper at the time. But then they also had a great set, gray helmet with the black face mask. Then just the whole color combination that you could do with it. And this before they had the black and gold helmet they brought out last year, which I'm gonna get into that later on. However, I always was rocking with them. So I was just like, man, and I seen what they was getting ready to do. I was like, this gonna be good. So then, people tripping because he came in and just shook up everything. But you gotta think about it. You got a losing mentality. You gotta change that culture. So you gotta weed out all and clean all the bad stuff so you don't have that cancer continue to grow. Because when cancer grows, the body dies. So if you got cancer in there and they don't want to do right and they operate on a losing mentality, it's not gonna be fun. You're not gonna be successful. So everybody was tripping, talking bad about him, as if he didn't know what he was doing, but he done it before. Oh, but I was on a smaller school. No, man, football is football. If you know what you're doing and you got more resources, why can't you be greater? So I was rocking with him, man, hard. So Colorado became my 1B to my 1A with Go Blue. You know what I'm saying? So I was Go Blue, Go Buff. So today we talking about the Buffs and what happened. So the first season, everything did what it did. Came out a lot of excitement, but then as Prime said, sometimes when that light turn on, first you're gonna bust the pipe, and if you got that heat turned on, you gotta know how to manage it. You can say you want to be there, you can say you with him until it's time to prove that you with him, and you gotta have a work ethic. So even then, it was 4-8, which was better than 1-11. I know it wasn't the success that they wanted because I was a little, hurt by that Stanford game and they had that thing. But I knew, okay, this is just one lesson. You're gonna be all right. They're gonna grow. It's gonna be good. And that's what they did into this next offseason. And now all of a sudden, what he was doing, everybody doing it. And at first, he was the crazy one. Now everybody doing it. Everybody going to the transfer portal. Look how many quarterbacks don't switched up in the transfer portal. You got your boy DJ down in Florida State that came from Oregon State, and he's doing great at Oregon State. Should have stayed there. He going to Florida State for that NIL. You got Kansas State lose their quarterback to them Buckeyes transfer. Everybody moving. Him came from Washington State to Miami, which was a great move for him because it put him on a bigger plateau. So now everybody want to do it. But when Prime was doing it, it was a problem. Come on, man. People that had that hate for him and didn't understand who he was as a person because at the time, it wasn't good to be flashy. Nah, you can't do that. But not understanding, he did what he did. Primetime was different from Deion Sanders, and they didn't believe that. No, he's selfish. But you talk to all his people, his teammates, they would say he was the best teammate. Dude took Brett Favre on a shopping spree, on a shopping trip when Brett Favre came into Atlanta and showed him the road. People that selfish don't do that. People that selfish don't go look after kids who ain't theirs. People selfish don't go and try to help people in the youth in the inner city get better. People that selfish keep everything to themselves. And he has never been that type of individual. Nobody's perfect, man. So people gonna make mistakes. People gonna do some stuff. But he ain't been that individual, man. That's a honorable man. He's a man of God, man of faith, and is not ashamed of saying he's unapologetic about what he does. So man, I've always rocked with Prime, and people that was just hating on him that didn't believe he was gonna be successful and wishing for his downfall, now they eating crow. And we ain't even gonna call their names because when you call their names, that give them platform. You know who they is, the big head ones, the large ones, the ones that don't know nothing. They hyposyphilis head jokers. They think they know everything, but don't know nothing, ain't played nothing. You know what I'm saying? But want to get a name now, they all jumping on the bandwagon of saying what they could be because now they ain't relevant. So they're trying to be relevant by saying they're gonna be a part of Prime. No, we don't need you, bro. So, the love for CU was there, and now with everything they was doing, I know they wish they had that Kansas State game back, the Nebraska game. One thing I seen on that Nebraska game, I watch a lot of documentaries, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And Nebraska came ready to play, and they had fans that wanted revenge. But that was a game that it reminded me of when the Falcons played the New Orleans Saints when Katrina hit, and they reopened up the Superdome. And we went in there, and the guy who, he ended up becoming ill and paraplegic, and in a wheelchair, but he blocked the kick. And I said, when that kick got blocked, I was like, man, we ain't got no hope tonight. We in trouble. They about to get us. That's what that Nebraska game was for Nebraska, because it was a rivalry and they wanted some revenge and they was feeling themselves. They bring in Terrence Crawford, Bud Crawford into the locker room. So CU would have had to play how they're playing right now for that game, because they would have had to play their best game. And even then, in the second half, they won the second half. It was just the first half where they had to have a few mistakes. But the second half, they stopped and they played well. So you live, you learn, and you grow, and that's what happened. That is what has happened. They've evolved. That defense is playing lights out, beating the Big 12 in sacks. Man, got players on all levels, and we ain't even got to talk about the offense. We already know what they're doing. I'm gonna break it down when I show the video. I'm gonna show this stuff. But do it throwing dimes, Travis Hunter, LaJonte, Jimmy, Will. I mean, everybody. Running backs coming along with Coach Fleet. You know what I'm saying? So got the Gustav, we got Welch. You know what I'm saying? Hayden. So then we got little manager Debo Samuel back there. Waylon. So they're gonna be all right, man, and it's gonna continue to get better. So, which leads into, how this video came about that I'm about to show y'all, which is Buff Talk, Buff Walk. I'm tripping. It was something that came up. It was something that came up. And when it came up, just in the city of my shot, I wanted to do something that would bless them and get them hyped, because I know their team, they like to bop, they like to move. Coach Prime got the DJ in the locker room. Mind you, people was talking junk about that, but he ain't the only team with a DJ. Just because it was Prime and you got them good old boys, and then you got something to say. But I don't see plenty of teams that got DJs in their locker room. Plenty of teams that walk around with their gold chains on the sideline. He ain't the only one, but it's because it was him and because they had this whole stereotype of what they thought Prime was about, which they didn't know how genuine he was, and that the fact that Prime came out of the fact that he was in a position that wasn't getting love, so I got to do something to bring attention to my position. So I create Primetime, and it worked. And it worked so well that people thought he was Primetime every time, all the time, and he wasn't. He wasn't. So people thought that, but Colorado ain't the only team that got DJs and be wearing gold chains. But you got to deal with what you got to deal with, man, and shake them haters off, as my man say. Shake the haters. So, I want to do something for him, man. And the Bible says your gift will make room for you. And my gift is I'm a producer, I'm an artist, I do music, I'm a creative. I talk. That's why I'm here. Personality. So the fastest gift I could give was, man, let me do this anthem song for them to celebrate this year, which is what came out to be which is Buff Walk. And you say, what's Buff Walk? Hey man, it's when you hear the music in the background, blah, blah. Then I threw up, something that was big last year when Nebraska tried to come out there in front on us and was in the middle of the field. Even though they saying they was praying, but you don't do that in the middle of the field. So Colorado came and stood up for that. They stood on business, SOB. And they tried to talk junk. Shador gave him one of these. He put the watch up, put up the wrist. You know what I'm saying? It became known as the Shador. I was like, okay, what's a greater way to make that thing work? You know what I'm saying? Let's do a video, talk about that. And we some cultured individuals. We like to bop and two-step, so let's do it. So that's what I came up with. Was let's do the Buff Walk, and I like it. So what I want to do is I want to introduce it on the show. It's been out on social media already. It's on, like I said, it's on iTunes, but I put the YouTube video up. It's on Smooth T page. That's along with the Smooth T We Win Sports Talk, which we're getting back active. We're doing that. So that's what I'm gonna show y'all right now. So check this out. Debuted on Smooth T We Win Sports Talk for Buff Walk for this show. So check it. Here we go. And then we're gonna break it down so you can truly understand how personal this is to Colorado. So let's get into it.
Hey, this is my pregame show to let y'all know what time it is. Let go! Cause when that beat go pow, 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 on the field we go boom, boom, boom. When that beat go pow, 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 on the field we go boom, boom, boom. Throw up your wrist and do that Buff Walk, do that Buff Walk. Put your wrists up and do that Buff Walk. And while them haters talk, we do that Buff Walk, we do that Buff Walk, we do that Buff Walk. Game set, we told y'all we coming here. Black and gold pride, cause we running this. Buffalo Stampede running through the zone. Hall of Fame Coach Prime, bad to the bone. They doubted the move and said it's all hype. Now every game lit, cause we on flight. Flipping dollars to believers, now they chant our name. Coach Prime with the swag, now the game changed. Well off, opened up, now the world see. Got Boulder iced out, living in a dream. Shador with the pass, now it's Brady time. Throwing down, shoulder wrists, and them corners crying. Travis Hunter on the field, he the two-way king. Snatching passes, breaking ankles, it's a big scene. Shiloh, hey that game lane, hit some thunder. The shark on the hunt, make them all crumble. Jimmy and LeJohn Taylor speed crew. Running routes, slice them up, now they confused. That's just a few names, but we all here. Offense, defense, about to make it clear. Model for the kick, boy, we don't miss. Chain swinging so low, diamonds on the wrist. Do that Buff Walk and watch them all sway. We stacking up wins, never respect the name. Drip so icy, you see the style. We reach the people with that Buff pride. Now throw your wrists up while we talk the talk. Colorado in the house, this that Buff Walk. Alright, do you understand? Do you believe now? Do you believe? You thought we was playing. See, we was true to this, not new to this. It was just new to you, but we been doing this. So look, we gonna do this thing one more time, just so y'all understand and recognize. Look, let's go! Cause when that beat go pow, 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 on the field we go boom, boom, boom. When that beat go pow, 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 on the field we go boom, boom, boom. Throw up your wrists and do that Buff Walk, do that Buff Walk. Put your wrists up and do that Buff Walk. And while them haters talk, we do that Buff Walk, we do that Buff Walk, we do that Buff Walk. Alright, now you understand. Enough said. We've been working working hard all summer, all spring, and now fall. We getting ready to go ahead and cash in to take them receipts, boy. You know what I'm saying? We got Coach Mo getting everybody ready. We got Coach Fleet. We got Coach Sap. We got everybody getting everybody ready. So look, you understand where we at with this thing. Colorado, stand up. Skull Bus. Woo! Do that, buff walk. Do that, buff walk. Do that, buff walk.
All right. There you have it. Buff Walk by yours truly, Smooth T. So break down a couple things here, man, because giving even more understanding about, just how in depth this video is and what it meant, what I'm saying, and what it could mean. So, I had some people rallying for me, what I'm saying, and when we put it out, what I'm saying, I wanted to make sure that it came out after the bye week, because once they went to the bye week, that's when I began to start this whole project. And I wanted to make sure it came out enough time for it to be here for the end of the season. Maybe to be that push to help them. You know what I'm saying? You hear something, you be like, oh yeah, that's us, man. We do that buff walk. We do that buff walk. Put your wrists up and do that buff walk. You know what I'm saying? Something that, the team could rally around each other. Something that could be played into the stadium. Just the fans rally around it. Something that would carry them into the Big 12 title game, into the playoff. So that's why I wanted to make sure, man, I got to get this out before, they came out of the bye week. So when they came out of the bye week, um, I was in the process of finishing everything up. So it came out probably about a week after the bye week, which it was still cool because I was on the away game. So I wanted to make sure it was out before a home game. But then when I started trying to make sure it got traffic like I wanted to, I started reaching out to people. That's how I reached out to my father-in-law in Denver, because he's somebody that's prominent, that's worked with people. So, sometimes somebody may know somebody that knows somebody, and then I started reaching out to the CU radio station, letting them know what's up. I was trying to tag everybody. Another thing, I apologize, I got to figure it out. It wouldn't let me do comments on it, and it was saying because it was under a children's account, so I went in and switched that up, but it wouldn't let me do that. It wouldn't let me do that because I was willing to hear feedback from people. You know what I'm saying? So the comments aren't taking off because I don't want to hear what you got to say. I mean, number one, I know it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I don't do nothing without confidence. That's which is another reason why I love Prime. You know what I'm saying? Because when you got some ability to do something, you go at it and do what you do. So when I let people hear it, I'm like, I ain't looking for you to approve it. I already know what I feel about it. So I'm good. And glory be to God for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident in him and confident in what I can do. So let's understand that. And that's another thing, man. When people was not understanding who Prime was, man, I knew he was a genuine dude, and I knew he's a man of faith, and he keeps his word. There ain't nobody perfect, like I said, but we all, what I'm saying, one Jesus away from that burning place, So hey, man, I rock with him. He's genuine and he's unapologetic about who he is, and he's not somebody that's in pride that can't say, hey, I missed that. I didn't get that right. So uh, when I did the song, I felt like it wasn't moving like I wanted to. And with the context that I was making, okay, I need to do something. And I felt the unction in the city of my soul. You know what? Let's take this trip. Let's come out. You know what I'm saying? And let's make sure it gets some extra traffic. So with the ones I connected with already, let's come out here and let's do this. You know what I'm saying? I was getting good feedback from people in the area. So I was like, okay, let's go. So we came out. When I say we, you know what I'm saying? You speak in the third person when you're creative sometimes. Me, myself, and I, you know what I'm saying? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, you know what I'm saying? We speaking, in the third person. So we came out, you know what I'm saying, with a plan of let's build this up even more and make sure the right people were seeing it. Because you have people seeing it, but let's make sure the right people seeing it so we can get what we want, and let's build a relationship. let's build relationships. So I wasn't coming out here as a fanboy. You know what I'm saying? I came here on business to build and to show love. And, I thank God because everything I came out here for was accomplished. Relationship was built, man, and I met people. And it's one thing to see something on video, and I'm a big gamer. I've been playing college football. You play with them, and you see the Folsom Field in front of the mountains. But even before that, I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I've been playing college football since it first came out, man, back in the day. But when they ended it in 2014 with my boy Denard Robinson on the cover, the community and the modders went and came out and created college football revamped, which what they did was every year they was adding things, adding jerseys, adding color combinations, adding names to it. And I had the latest version of college football revamped, but to get it, you had to either have a modded PS3 or a modded Xbox 360. So I got that based off the fact that I kept seeing college football and I was like, wait a minute, that's different than the one I had originally. So when I seen it, I had to get it. So I got me a modded Xbox, which came with the college football revamped, and it had Mike Lee from Texas Tech at the time celebrated because he had passed away, rest in peace. But so he was a legend for Texas Tech, and it had him as the cover guy, which is great. But that game had Stetson Bennett for UGA, Caleb Williams, you name it. Everybody that was in that, say that 2020, 2021, you know, rosters that would have been on the game, they was in that game. So when I seen it, I just took the Buffaloes roster and I added Shador, Travis, everybody, Shiloh. At the time, it was Dylan Edwards. I put your boy back there, running back too, because he was a back. So I put myself back there. But had Jimmy Horn, Weave, you know. So the whole defense. Cam, I made it, and then they had all the different color schemes. So they had that gray uniform that I like. They had the all white stormtrooper uniform. So, and I got video footage of it. So anybody saying nah, I got my receipts on it. So don't play with me. But so when the new college football came out, which was to me that is my favorite game. I'm phenomenal with it. I'm playing with it. I'm on my third season with Colorado Dynasty. And we got chips, you know. Shador got a chip, Travis got a chip, you know, and then recruiting just went up. So I've been playing that, man. So I said all that because when you play the game and you see folks and feel, you know, and then you actually go to Folsom Field and you see it for reality. And because of what well off media had done, like they did something nobody else had ever done. They showed behind the scenes of what it was like a day in the life of Colorado. And even though he can't show everything, Bucky did a great job with showing enough where you begin to know these players and you see them. Then so when you see him on the field, you're like, oh yeah, I know him. I see how he worked. I've always been a documentary person. So I like when I see behind the scenes footage of how players work out. Because if I can see how you work out and how you practice, that tells me why you're great when the lights come on. I always told my sons, superstars are not born, they're made. And they're made because of the hard work that they put in. So the behind the scenes stuff that he did at the pregame show and Reach the People did with Uncle Neely and Darius and him all coming together and all of them having a separate media platforms. They did a great job, man, and it made you just even fall in love with them even more to the point to where now when everybody was saying, they performing for clicks and they do all this, now they doing this, they trying to do the same thing, but it's too late. Colorado don't went so far ahead, you can't go back. They doing it now, and they don't surpass, and everybody trying to play catch up, or they gonna be stuck in the dinosaur realm and don't want to do it, which is crazy to me, you know. So all of that, man, and then the fact that on that coaching staff, you know, Prime revamped the coaching staff, and now you got a coaching staff full of NFL guys that know what it take to get to the next level. I mean, phenomenal, man. Like if I was a kid Colorado's getting ready to be the NFL factory, man, because you got coaches that know how to get there, that's done it, and know what to do. I always was of the mindset of if you can reach out to somebody that's done it and you haven't done it, and they know how to get there and help you, do that. Don't be in pride. The Bible says pride comes before a fall. Meaning, before you fail, your pride got in the way. So that's why you can't be successful. I remember when the Falcons didn't have a star receiver before Julio. You know, they had Ryan Finneran, but Algie Crumpler was one of the main tight ends. He was tight end, but I always felt like, man, if I was a receiver back then, I'd have been calling Jerry Rice on speed dial. I'd have been calling Chris Carter. Hey, man, give me the sauce. If I'm a running back, I'm calling Emmitt Smith. I'm calling Eric Dixon. Yo, what you? How was you looking? You know what I'm saying? I'm calling Barry Sanders. You know, if I'm a linebacker, I'm calling Mike Singletary. I'm calling Lawrence Taylor. Defensive line, I'm calling them Grace. I'm calling Sapp. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm calling Aaron Donald. I'm calling people like that. So, of course, D back, man, there's one person I'm calling who I know don't mind giving the flavor and he ain't gatekeeping, and that was Prime. Like, if you're a defensive back and you ain't got Prime in your number, really, bro? Really? Come on, man. For real? So, you know, that whole NFL staff that they got on, that's on the coaching roster for there, man. I'm like, man, that's an NFL factory. So why wouldn't you want to come play for that? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? You know, they gonna show you how to get there. They've been there, they know what it takes. So unless you just, I understand if you got a favorite school that you've always rooted for with the family, but that's far few now because of NIL, that ain't happening like that no more. You know, come and be great and learn how to get to the next level. Like Prime said, I'm concerned about the NFL, not NIL, but they got the NIL, you know. So don't get it twisted. We in that era. So man, but everything he was doing, I was like, man, let me do something to help them. You know, not when I say help, let me do something to help motivate. That's the word. I wanted to help motivate them and give them something and show them some love because man, I rock with y'all. I rock with them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because of what Bucky them showed, you able to get a personal connection. But I've always been like, man, I think it's unfair for me to have a personal connection with them and they don't know somebody out here rocking with them like that. So that's why I did the song and I did it in a way that when you hear when they hear the lyrics and hear the words, they know, oh, wait a minute, this dude rock with us. He know about us. And I'm gonna break that down for you in a few seconds so you can see. Because everybody else on the outside, you hear the song, it's like, oh, that's dope, man, that's good. But if you don't really know the in-depthness of Colorado, it's certain words and certain things I said, you're not gonna understand. But that's why I did that the way that I did it, man. And I'm gonna say, man, when I went out there, man, and I'm still out here talking about when I went out there. It's been love, man. Like the love, you know what I'm saying? And I was able to see Miss Peggy's 100th birthday, which was awesome, man. Me and my father was talking about that, man. Miss Peggy turned 100, bro. He moved out here to Denver in 87, almost 40 years ago. That means Miss Peggy was roughly around 60 years old. And she still kept going, still in her right mind, still kicking. I seen her talk with her. She hugged me, you know, and she holding on to my hand and just, man, reading my shirt because my shirt say Prime's Army established in 2022, you know, and on the back of it, it says restore the glory. Her family was rocking with your boy, man. And just member of Prime's Army with the Colorado buff right here. You know what I'm saying? So Colorado became they my one B. You know what I'm saying? And the prime effect is big, man. Everywhere he go, man, it's impact. He did it with the 49ers. How many times have you seen Jerry Rice in the end zone dancing? Steve Young dancing. They didn't do that till Prime was there. Prime effect. Jackson State bringing um, ESPN game day. All of a sudden, Colorado, $18 million increase. People getting jobs, student enrollment, prime effect. So I just knew, man, and I told my boys, it's like, man, Nike getting ready to bring out them diamond turfs. and they're gonna be sweet with them with that black, gold, and white. They're gonna be sweet, and they are, man. So I rocks with them still always. But I'm gonna break down this video for y'all real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here because I appreciate y'all being with me. We already in this thing for a little bit, so let's break down this video so you can see how it go. So,
Hey, this is my pregame show.
so right there, the media people that came with Prime from Jackson State started with Bucky, of course, with Well Off Media, Darius with Reach the People, and Uncle Neely with the pregame show. But since it's called the pregame show, the perfect spot to put it was in the beginning. This is my pregame show, but that's just giving him a little homage and showing him some love because of everything that he showed us from behind the scenes. So that's what that was about. This is my pregame show to let y'all know what time it is. So
To let y'all know what time it is. Let go! Cause when that beat go pow, 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 on the field we go boom, boom, boom.
you know, and you seen a couple times. You seen last year that where it had Xavier, Jimmy, and Shadur, but right here you see Xavier. Also, you see Shadur doing this like, all right, let go, come on. And when that beat go pow, pow, pow with them 808s on the field, we go boom, boom, boom. It's all about something that was catchy. You know what I'm saying? When that beat go pow, pow, pow on the field, we go boom, boom, boom. And as the video increased, that boom, boom, boom gets stronger when you see Hood do his thing, and my defenses defense tackle sacking the quarter. You'll see sacking the quarterback, but that was the whole thing. Something that people can catch up to real quick. Something the fans can get involved with and repeat. You know what I'm saying? Something even the little kids can. When we go pow, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? And it worked because everybody that has heard it has said the same thing to me. Boom, 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 pow, pow. So it worked. But I also want to show Xavier some love, man. That's why I got him in here because he was one of the first. He was a rider. You know what I'm saying? And Colorado was his last year in Prime's first year. But the fact that he left, went undrafted, and made the team on the Arizona Cardinals, man, showed his hard work. So I want to show him some love to where we started with Colorado, and now he's in the NFL and got a nice little chunk of change, got a nice little piece of change, to show his hard work, So
When that beat go pow, 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 on the field we go boom, boom, boom. Throw up your wrist and do that buff walk, do that buff walk. Put your wrists up and do that buff walk. And while them haters talk, we do that buff walk, we do that buff walk, we do that buff walk. Game set, we told y'all we coming here.
Prime was always saying we coming. You know what I'm saying? Then I love this here black and gold pride because we running it. So you got the black and gold uniforms, the original classic uniforms, Prime with his black and gold on, running out, black and gold pride.
Black and gold pride because we running this. Buffalo.
Then you see that Big 12 logo, which looks way better than that Pac-12 logo. That Big 12 logo is fire. Then you got Buffalo Stampede running through the zone. You got Dallin Hayden
running through the zone. Hall of Fame Coach Prime bad to the bone.
Hall of Fame Coach Prime bad to the bone. That still shot of Coach Prime. And that 80s lingo bad to the bone.
They doubted the move and said it's all hype.
They doubted the move. They said it was all hype. And then right here, now every game lit because we on flight. And I also wanted to highlight that new Jumbotron.
Now every game lit because we on flight.
That Jumbotron is dope, man. Compared to the small one, to make it big, and now they got them on both sides. Man, that stadium is lit now, and it brings a big stadium feel to that thing, man. So it's pretty dope.
Doubters to believers, now they chant our name.
Flipping doubters to believers, now they chant our name. Coach Prime with the swag. Coach Prime brought that swag to Colorado. Now the game don't change. It don't change the game, man. Ain't nobody did it like Prime did it. You know what I'm saying? So flipping doubters to believers. Now they saying our name. Now everybody want to talk about see you. But before you was like, I don't know if he can do this. I don't know, especially after they, went on the ending that they had last year. Oh, see. But now, because they winning, now you chanting our name. But Coach Prime brought the swag, and then the game don't change. College football will never be the same as a head coach because he's doing things that he knew was going to work, but it was innovative to them. So, and we'll get into that later.
Coach Prime with the swag, now the game changed.
So this next part, you see the crowd, but this is where I big up Bucky and Will Off because what he did, because had he not put up the footage, him and Darius putting up the footage, and we get to Darius later on, but had he not been putting up that footage, you wouldn't have seen the stuff behind the scenes. Like I said, I love seeing behind the scenes. Let me see what make y'all great. How y'all gonna do this thing?
Well off, opened up, now the world see. Got Boulder iced out.
You know what I'm saying? You see the ice on the mountains, the ice on the field, you know, the diamond crest. You know what I'm saying?
Living in a dream.
Like living in a dream. And then you got to come to number 2, grown, Shador. You know what I'm saying?
Shador with the pass, now it's Brady time.
Now, if you know anything, when he would win his games last year, they would always ask him, what was your concept? And he'd be like, it's Brady time. Because he got Tom Brady on the speed dial, who's been showing him some things and, you know, help him develop his game. Because as I said, when you play a position and you find somebody that's been great at it, go get some help. Don't be in pride. And he wasn't. So they asked him, I mean, what would you think? He's like, Brady time. You get Tom Brady 2 minutes, it's a wrap. 2 minutes, he gonna win the game. He gonna slice and dice you, and that's what this is. You know, should do it with the pass. Now it's Brady time. Throwing dimes. Watch this. Shoulder wrist and them corners crying. So here we go.
Throwing dimes, shoulder wrist, and them corners crying.
Shador is one of the most accurate quarterbacks. No, let's say he's the most accurate quarterback in college football. The best quarterback. That's why he good. That's why he gonna be a high draft. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said throwing dimes. You know what I'm saying? Throwing them dots in college football 25. He got that dot effect. He throwing dimes. Then he showed a wrist on them. And them corners crying because they thought they was gonna get something. Like he threw that pass last week that went over the linebacker and split the D back, and Miller caught it and went to the house. You know what I'm saying? So now them corners crying, and another person he throwing to right here come up.
Travis Hunter on the field, he the two-way king.
I ain't even got to say that. You already know why I said Travis Hunter, the two-way king. Ain't nobody done what he doing. Get ready to call him Mr. Heisman because he's taking 170 snaps and he's excelling at everything that he does. So Travis Hunter on the field, he the two-way king.
Snatching passes, breaking ankles, it's a big.
Snatching passes, breaking ankles, it's a big scene. It's a big scene out there. Everybody watching Travis. But look at the wordplay, snatching passes. Whether it's offense or whether it's defense, he's snatching passes. Breaking ankle because he catch the ball, he wop, he spin on him, or he juke him. It's a big scene. This play right here, dude was clobbering him. Dude was almost like trying to molest him or something. Just you all over him. You all up in his personal space, and he catches the ball still, man. It's a big scene. Everything he do last week when he went up by 17 feet in the air, caught the ball, came down. He caught the ball on UCF and finally put it up for him. Ha! You know, he saved the play last week with Shador. When Shador had a little accident trip, but Travis got in the end zone, and it's a big scene, man. Then
Shiloh, headed game lane, hit some thunder.
Shiloh. Anybody know Shiloh? That's his thing. That's his brand, headache game. Why? I'm laying that wood to you, headache game. Laying hits of thunder. That, by the way, was not a targeting. That was crazy. He led with the shoulder and hit the guy flush. They just didn't see that coming. Then, this right here, this where it even get more personal.
The shark on the hunt make them all crumble.
If you don't know about Cam nickname is the Shark. That's why he got that hand up. He the Shark. I'm on the hunt. Because Cam is like that honey badger, man. He the next thing close to the honey badger. He gonna be on every play. He hitting. You know what I'm saying? The Shark on the hunt make them all crumble.
Jimmy and LeJohntay, speed crew.
Jimmy Horn Jr., LeJohntay Wester, the speed crew, which EA owed him an apology because even the commentators know who fast and who ain't. Let me get that water right quick. EA gave Jimmy Horn Jr. a 94 in speed and gave DeJounte Wester a 93 in speed. When everybody knows Jimmy Horn is one of the fastest players on that team. Jimmy should have got a 97. DeJounte should have got a 96 at their speed, bar none. And they show it right here. That's why I say Jimmy and DeJounte, the speed crew.
Running routes, slice them up, now they confused.
Running routes, slice them up, now they confused. Look at that play right there. That play, he hit and got gone. And even the week where they messed him up because he threw the peace sign, he was gone. The speed crew.
That's just a few names, but
notice right, I say that's just a few names because you can't say everybody's name, but you're gonna highlight certain players. But this is my favorite scene. This is the hardest scene right here. This right here, the whole Buff team with that smoke, that's just a few names, but we all here. Offense, defense, about to make it clear. And you about to see that part. But this right here, I love this scene right here. That's like an army. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready to hunt. You know what I'm saying? That scene is so hard. But
we all here. Offense, defense.
So I had to give number 4 his love, man, because he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? And he was very pivotal on the USC game last year, and he always show up. He always showed up at the right time. So I had to give him love on the offense side and the defense. The players that's in this defense, you got the hitters out there, man. Them linebackers in Shiloh, there's some hitters. Bentley, Green. Come on, man. There's some hitters out there. And you gonna make it right clear.
Model for the kick, boy.
You see Cam, the shark. Then right here where I say model for the kick.
We don't miss.
All right. So this go back to Jackson State. People don't understand. Mata's saying for Coach Prime, he telling him, I don't miss. I don't miss, Coach. So then that just became his thing. So that's why I was like, Mata with the kick, boy, we don't miss. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to bring it back to the lifestyle, the prime effect, the Bucky them effect, everything they're doing.
Chain swinging so low, diamonds on the wrist.
Chain swinging so low, diamond on the wrist. Jimmy got the J5. Shadur got his. Shiloh got his. Everybody got chains. But the thing is, people try to get them flack about that, but they ain't the only team to do that. I seen plenty of boys on Texas sideline, UJ sideline do it, but don't nobody do it like them. Chain swinging so low, diamonds on the wrist.
Do that buff walk and watch them all sway.
Do that buff walk and watch them all sway. What that sway mean? That was just a good put right there. Watch them all sway. But do that buff walk and watch them all turn. Watch them all start talking about how, oh, we Colorado fans now. Oh, yeah, Deion was smart. You got coaches right now saying, man, Deion had us fooled, man. He knew something we didn't know because now he capitalizing. Yeah, watch them all sway. We stacking up wins. Now respect the name. That's what the scene is next.
We stacking up wins. Now respect the name.
Respect the name. Now you ain't got no choice but to respect the name of CU because we told you what's going to happen. Now respect the name. Then it's still drip so icy. You see the style.
Drip so icy. You see the style.
All right. So this is part 3 of showing love and giving, you know, saying paying it forward, giving respect to the ones that opened up Colorado to be seen. This is reach the people. So when people heard this, we reach the people with that Buff Pride. If you ain't know that, but when you see Darius and you see his reach the people logo,
we reach the people.
You know what I'm saying? That was me saying, hey man, I appreciate what you're doing. That's him getting the love. But that's like I say, everybody inside of Colorado, when they seen those things, they would understand. But
with that Buff Pride, now throw your wrists up while we talk the talk. Colorado in the
throw your wrists up while we talk the talk. Colorado, stand up. You know, here we go. Colorado in the house. This that Buff wall. Then I took this next scene to go back to where Prime had his first game in TCU, and everybody had predicted us to get the brakes beat off of us. Everybody had predicted that, and he put on a show. And I had certain words that I said that he had already said. You know what I'm saying? So
house, this that buff walk. Alright. Do you understand? Do you believe now? Do you believe? You thought we was playing. See, we was true to this, not new to this. It was just new to you.
So that's something Prime always said. And everybody within Colorado family, man, all them coaches, them cats came in from Jackson State, a lot of them. So man, his loyalty is next level. It's that mafia type loyalty, man. I rock with you. Come on, let's roll. Cause that's my mentality too, man. So he was like, we was true to this, not new to this. It was just new to you. We've been doing this. He was doing it with the peewees, you know what I'm saying, with the little kids. Then he did it at Truth. Then he took it to the next level. That so you got peewee middle school, then you got high school with Truth, then you got college, and you think that he can't get more resources with Colorado and do the same thing? Come on, man, that's just y'all hating. So then if you see it, I didn't say it, but you're gonna see. Do you believe? But it's going simultaneously with him saying, "Do you believe?" Because that's what the guy he was like, "Nah, I heard that bull junk you was talking about. Do you believe now? Do you believe?" He was like, "But believe." He's like, "Okay, you don't believe." But that was my breakdown before we go into the final, the final, what they call it, the climax of the song.
We've been doing this. So look, we gonna do this thing one more time. Just so y'all understand and recognize. Look, let's go. Cause when that beat go pow, 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 on the field we go boom, boom, boom. When that
Now look, what I want to highlight on this was look at Shiloh in the background, how excited he was right here. Look at watch this. Look how excited Shiloh was because a hitter recognize a hit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. And he was like, "Oh, Lord, bro, you did that thing." But look how excited he was because it took him by surprise. He was like, "Ooh, boy, that's a good hit." You know, and then I got the lineman coming behind him, taking out the quarterback on the next boom. But look at how
boom, boom, boom. When that beat go pow, 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 on the field we go boom, boom, boom. Throw up your wrist and do that, boy.
Then, you know, when they played Arizona, it just that was a beat down. Quarterback had a bad day that day, you know, and that was a good win because last year Arizona tried to shine, you know what I'm saying, but we got that get back. Then you got them doing the buff off as defense, they walking together, you know what I'm saying? That's the Army walk. But then you got Shador with that emphasizing this one on the last game when he scored that on that scramble, put your wrists up. But he was so I was like, that's perfect placement for that.
Walk, do that buff walk, put your wrists up and do that buff walk. And while them haters talk, we do that buff walk, we do that buff walk, we do that buff walk. Alright, now you understand.
So remember we was talking about color combinations?
Buff walk, we do that buff walk, we do that buff walk.
That's one of my favorite color combinations that they had from last year that they brought back this year. That black helmet with that gold chrome, that thing is fire. So even in college football and team builder, I went in and recreated the buffs, and I brought back the gray helmet because that helmet was fire. But then I also gave them a white helmet with the gold face mask, and I just saw last week when they was doing Travis's Heisman campaign that they had a white helmet with a gold face mask. So I'm hoping against Kansas they bring that's they color scheme they bring with that gold face mask. That thing with the white and gold jersey, that thing is so lit, man. So, but like I said, that's the swag that Prime bring, man. So many color combinations that you can get with that black, gold, and white, and then with the gray. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would ask, hey man, bring that gray head with the black face mask with the all gray uniform. That thing was dope too, man. So, but you know, that right there, that's my joint. I like that uniform.
Hey, now you understand. Enough said. We've been working hard all summer, all spring, and now fall. We getting ready to go ahead and cash in the.
And then I put all the coaches. You know, I shouted out 3 of them, but you know, you can't shout out everybody, but you can shout out enough. So I shouted out all the coaches, the strength coaches. I mean, I shouted out 3 coaches, and then I wanted to make sure I put every coach that's a part of the team in this video. And and to my knowledge, I got everybody, but it's one person I got to say I'm sorry to because I should have put you in there. And it wasn't done out of just charged to my head, not to my heart, because this individual is pivotal. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about when I say it. But right here,
Take them receipts, boy. You know what I'm saying? We got Coach Mo getting everybody
Coach
ready.
Mo,
We got Coach Fleet. We got Coach
that,
Sal. We got
then Damon Lewis. Damon is a baller, another NFL guy. But I ain't gonna explain to everybody else. But you're gonna start to see every coach that's a part of this run how dope they is, and all them NFL guys at some point. Even Coach Mathis. You know what I'm saying? Coach Phillips. Everybody, man, is on here. Coach Hart. You know what I'm saying? Coach Field for the linemen. I mean, and then I highlighted all of the strength coaches. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that made it strong. So
everybody getting everybody ready. So look, you understand where we at with this thing? Colorado, stand up. Skull bust. Woo!
all the strength coaches, Coach Dansby with the fade. You know what I'm saying? That head, that cut be clean, man. So all of that, all the coaches that had something to do with it. But I forgot one important pivotal person because I was just highlighting coaches, just coaches, not trainers. But I should have put Lauren in there because Lauren, man, she a special part of the glue that keep that thing together because she the one helped them boys get their treatment. So Lauren, I apologize. Humbly forgive me, love. But she should have been in there too. But she's on this one. I got her on Instagram. I got her on Instagram. But so when you see me, I'm sorry, but she deserved to be in there too because she's a trainer that, man, without her training out and without them hands, and Coach Prime can attest to that, because she was there with him throughout his whole journey, man. So she's a special part of that glue too. So I'm saying it, Lauren is she's a queen of all queens in Colorado. So then we coming to the end of the video. Do that buff walk, and then I got number 4 again. Marion, when he scored, he did the little and it's dope behind that because it's set up for the next scene with Travis.
Do that buff walk. Do that buff walk.
Travis.
Do that buff walk.
So then that walk, you know what I'm saying? It just went good with the moment. And then how can you not end it, especially when you know what Prime did when he touchdown celebrated? So how can you not end it with Shador, who did the Prime dance, and then what made it even better was a couple weeks ago when Shiloh got that fumble at Texas Tech, he hit that thing. Now, mind you, both of them, they showing honor to their dad. Shiloh hit that thing a little bit harder because, he put the space in that Prime put in it. But for both of them to show their honor to their dad, man, that was special. So I got to end it with that. And then end it with Prime, like clapping, like, yeah, yeah. So now I don't know what 53 was doing now. I love you, but come on. Then you stop Shallow from finishing. You know what I'm saying? But because you got to stop with that pause, and then you're done. But then you got Prime right here. You got Smooth T Buff Walk with the Colorado logo, man. So that's the explanation and give an understanding about the Buff Walk for those that hear it now. If you catch the show, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna understand how pivotal that song was and how in-depth it was with the Colorado Buffalo team. Got some more stuff coming, got a new project coming for them. This project, I stopped doing a project that was big and major for me just because I wanted to get this done. And now I'm still doing other project, but as a creative, you gotta know how to juggle different jobs. One time you might gotta be an actor, one time you might gotta be a producer, one time you gotta be an artist, you gotta be able to move. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be flexible to do stuff. So I got something else that's coming for them that's gonna be a full anthem. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a lifetime anthem. So I got something coming this time that's gonna be even some stronger heat, man. But this is my spill. This is my story, man. This is why, you know what I'm saying, the See You Love is there and why the Buff Walk came about. So, like I said, man, when I went there, it was all love, man. I got so much love, and it was so great. The people that I met were so awesome. You know what I'm saying? And for me, being somebody that had watched them from afar and was like, man, I know them, man, but I want them to know me. I was able to see them, talk with them, and make some good connections, man. That I think is going to be really great. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even about trying to get nothing. It was just trying to build relationship. You know what I'm saying? And show, nah, man, I got love for y'all, man. So that's why I did the song, because I got love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So look, that was it. I appreciate y'all spending this time with me, learning about why See You get this love for me, because people was like, well, what about Michigan? I love Michigan, but Michigan didn't give as much access to the program as Prime them did. They gave some stuff, but they didn't give it like Prime them did, man. And I even had a song for them. You know what I'm saying? But I've only rooted for 3 college teams in my life, and that was Georgia Tech, that was, you know what I'm saying, Colorado, and Michigan. And so that's it. That's me. Again, this was a little extended show, but to get explanation, it's your boy, your host with the most, Smooth T. And this is We Win Sports Talk. Next show, we got more episodes coming. I will be joined by my co-host, LT the Guru. You know what I'm saying? But until then, man, appreciate y'all showing up, man. Peace and love. Remember, like and subscribe, man. Let's run these numbers up, man. I got more content, man. We ain't new to this. We do this, man. I've been doing this since 2016. Had shows, but it's another story. But man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. Remember, if it ain't about the win, don't go win. Peace.